We are in guided notes lesson 2. The bell work is a summer camp surveys 40 campers to see if they would take tennis next week. 12 campers say they would. If there are 250 campers, how many campers should the counselors plan on for next week's tennis lesson? How many of the campers said that they would take the tennis lesson? 12. Out of how many total people did you survey? 40. If there's 250 campers total, would that be our numerator or denominator? Denominator, and you fill in an X in your numerator. We then cross multiply. 40 times X. 40X and 12 times 250. 3,000. Our last step is to do what to both sides? Divide by 40. And this cancels, we get that X equals 75. So they should expect 75 campers.
Why can't you just divide 250 by 40, realize you get 6.25, and then multiply 12 times 6.25?
You can do it that way. There's usually more than one way to come up with the answer. As long as you show your work to how you came up with yours, that's fine with me. So our heading for today's notes are data distributions. Our target is I can find the mean, median, mode, and range of a data set, and I can create and interpret a box and whisker plot. On the left-hand side, you have vocabulary words. Our new vocabulary word is box and whisker plot, which displays data set along a number line using medians. Review. The rest of the vocabulary words should be a review from 6th grade. We have mean, which means average. You add up all the numbers and divide by the number of data. Your median is your middle number. You have to line up your data in order from least to greatest. Cancel one from each side to find your middle number. Mode is the number that appears most often. MO, most often, so it comes up most frequently. And your range is your max minus your min. So you take your greatest value and subtract your smallest value. So go ahead and use this to fill in your notes. Okay, you will not see this slide in your notes. What I want you to do is practice your vocabulary words from last year, and you can write this on the back of lesson 1. So you are finding the mean, median, mode, and range of the data below. Remember, for median, you have to order your data from least to greatest. Okay, when you find the mean, you are finding your average. You have to add all the values up and divide by your number of numbers or number of data. So when you add all of these values up, 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 9, what did you get?
33.
33. How many numbers are there?
11.
11. So you take 33 and divide by 11 to get 3 for your mean. For your median. For your median, when you're finding your middle number, you first have to order your numbers from least to greatest. So we're going to take this data and order it from least to greatest. I have 0, I have 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 3 4s, and a 9. To find your median, you cancel 1 from each side until you come up with your middle number. And in this example, our median or our middle number is 3. Okay, your mode is your number that comes up most often. Which number appears most often? 4. And your range is the max minus the min. Our biggest number is 9, and we're subtracting 0. 9 minus 0 gives us 9. Okay, for your next vocabulary words, for box and whisker class, you have another set of vocabulary words on the right-hand side of your paper. Quartiles. Divide the data set into 4 equal parts. Quartiles, you can think of quarters. It would be 4 equal parts. Your median divides the data into 2 parts. First quartile is the median of the lower half, or lower quartile. That is sometimes called Q1. Your median is sometimes called Q2. Your third quartile is the median of the upper half of data, or your upper quartile, which is Q3. And your interquartile range is abbreviated IQR, and that is the range of your quartile. So you subtract Q3 minus Q1. Go ahead and use this to fill in your vocabulary words. Okay, so in your notes, you have your box and whisker plot drawn out, and I want you to label and or fill in your vocabulary words. We have our first quartile, which is right here. That is our Q1. The line in the middle of the box is our median, and that is our Q2. You fill it in with median. Over here is our third quartile. It's the other end of our box, so that is our Q3. And then we graph our least value, which is our min, and our greatest value, which is the max. These lines are called whiskers, and what you box in is called the box. That's where I get box and whisker plots from. So we are going to break down creating a box and whisker plot step by step. Step 1 is to order the data. Step 2, you are going to find the median. And step 3, you're going to find the lower quartile and the upper quartile. Your notes are broken up into 2 sections. The left-hand side is where you're going to write down your steps. The right-hand side is where you are going to actually complete each step. So make sure you're filling in both sides of your notes. When we order the data, step 1, you guys can order on the right-hand side underneath where the data is listed. You start with your smallest numbers and order them from least to greatest. Step 1. So step 1 is to order the data. So we're ordering the data from least to greatest. Step 2 is to find the median. So I'm going to cancel 1 from each side until I find my middle number. I have 2 numbers left in the middle, so you can add them together and divide by 2, or what number is in between 25 and 25? 25, they're the same, so we know we have a median of 25. To find the median of your lower half of data, you take the first half of your data and find the median of that. So you're canceling 1 from each side. We have 2 numbers left. What would be our Q1? In between 22 and 24. 23. And we use the same process to find our Q3. We find the median of our upper half of data. Cancel 1 from each side. And what's in between 28 and 30? 29, so our Q3 is 29. 4 is to draw a number line that includes the least and greatest values and then graph your points. The points that we are graphing are our max, our min, our Q1, our median, and our Q3. Your number line is already drawn for you in your notes, so you're going to graph the points. You want to leave a little bit of space, so when you graph your min of 18, you're going to graph it a little bit above so you can create your box and whisker plot. Our Q1 was 23, so I graph a point there. Median is 25. Q3 is 29, and our max is 30. So you should have 5 points graphed on your number line.
You know what points to graph.
You always graph your min, your max, Q1, median, and Q3. So you use whatever information you got and graph those.
Wait, how do you find Q and Q's?
What we just did, the median, you find the median, that's Q2. You find the median of your lower half of data, that's Q1. Median of your upper half of data is Q3. So once you have your plots graphed, you're going to go ahead and create your box. And to make your box, you use your quartiles, Q1 and Q3. So I'm going to create my box with my quartiles. You have to draw a line through the median. My median was 25, so I draw a line through there. And then I'm drawing my whiskers from the box to the least and greatest value. So my Q1 connects to my min, and my Q3 connects to my max. And that is my box and whisker plot. Since we broke it down into quartiles, this right here represents 25% of the data from our min to our Q1. From Q1 to Q2 is another 25% of the data. From Q2 to Q3 is 25% of the data. And from Q3 to our max is 25% of our data. What percent of our data lies within the box? 50%, because we have 2 quartiles inside the box. What I'm going to have you do is go ahead and try the 2 on your own problems.